first episode of GamerTache. My name is Kane, and today I'll be talking about Digimon World. Recently, I picked up Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth for PS4, and it is fantastic. It's pretty much everything I'd want in a Digimon game nowadays. It does have a few flaws, but the overall quality of the game made me curious to see where the series started out on the original PlayStation. So let's take a look. The first Digimon game North America got was Digimon World. The game released in 1997 to mixed reviews, but developed a cult following over the years. It released before the anime, so most of the inspiration was solely from the digital pet toy, so many of the tropes you'd expect to see from having seen the show are absent. Without further ado, let's get into the game. Watching the attract screen, things seem a little bit off right from the start. So I know this is late 90s PS1 FMV, but good God, the children are terrifying. I don't even think that's a face a mother could love. Also, apparently the actress that played Izzy in the first season of the show is the only voice actor they could find. Seriously, the main character and his friends all share the same voice. Anyway, the game starts off with a young boy coming home to an empty house and promptly getting sucked into a computer. A Digimon appears and asks you a few questions: what your name is, whether you prefer day or night, and what you want your Digimon's name to be. Choosing day has you start with Agumon, and night starts you out with Gabumon. Obviously, I chose to go for Agumon. I mean, who wouldn't, knowing Metal Greymon exists? Also, I chose to name him Kitty, because, well, I like cats. After Digimon explains that you're not in a real place that isn't fake either, and that only you can save the digital world, you set off on your adventure. The goal of the game is to bring Digimon back into File City to help rebuild it. Across the world, you'll find Digimon that you can recruit to help out. Some of them require you to help them out first, but most of the time it comes down to you beating them into submission before they join. When they do join, you'll see new shops and other places open up in the city. Outside of the city, the game puts you on linear pathways to reach different parts of File Island. There's a forest, a jungle, a volcano, and many other varied locales to see. Exploration going off the beaten path doesn't really seem important, but the areas almost always have something to see or things to battle. Digimon World is not your typical JRPG. The best way I can describe it is like a 3D representation of the original Digipet toy. Your Digimon must be constantly tended to. You have to feed it, praise it or scold it, make sure it uses a toilet instead of the ground, and train it. How well or how poorly you take care of your Digimon determines what it will digivolve into. I made sure to constantly praise Kitty and take care of his every need, and in doing so I ended up getting a Mirrormon and eventually Metal Greymon. If I'd done things differently, I could have had a vastly different outcome. This is where the first problem comes in. Your Digimon only lasts 20 in-game days before they die. Once that happens, you get to choose from a set of eggs that will determine your next partner. This can be a good thing if you really didn't like the way your first partner evolved, but personally I felt like my time and effort had been wasted. Stats don't carry over from one Digimon to the next to give you any sense of progress. You just constantly start from square one every 20 days and have to go back to the beginning and fight easy monsters for a few in-game days until you're strong enough to progress again. Speaking of fighting, the combat in Digimon World is unlike any game I've played. It's not like Pokemon where you give your partner commands and they act on your wishes. In Digimon World, you start out with two commands: your call or retreat. Basically, for the first few hours and every 20 days, you'll be spamming your call until you win or you die. As you digivolve, you get more options, but you're never in direct control. This can be a bit of a nuisance when your Digimon just runs in circles or stands there, but honestly I kinda like it. It gives a feeling like your Digimon has some independence and that it's not some mindless puppet. All in all, Digimon World captures the feeling I got from watching the show for the first time. Being stranded in an unknown place, surrounded by strange creatures. Knowing something needs to be done, but not being quite sure how to accomplish it. Digimon World is a true adventure game, and while it may have some glaring flaws with its Digivolution system, there's still fun to be had. I can't say it's for everyone, but if you like Digimon, definitely pick this up. That's it for me today, but I hope to see you all next time on GamerTache. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter.